All right, our next guest speaker is Marla Rose. She has her fan club here today. Marla Rose is a writer and a journalist as well as an activist. After leaving her job as a human education, or humane, I guess. Not human, humane education, I'm sorry. It's cut off a little bit, it's hard to read, I'm making it up. She and her husband started the website Vegan Street in 1998, and they co-founded Earth Save Chicago in 1998, or 1999. She also is the co-founder of our region's largest vegan festival. We all know who this is, Chicago Vegan Mania, and the Chicago Vegan Family Network. So she recently wrote her first novel, The Adventures of Vivian Sharp, Vegan Superhero. So Marla?
Hi everyone, I just want to say really quickly, I have some notes. I feel kind of dweeby standing here with this, but I want to say everything that I'm thinking of. And the first thing I can think of when I see these amazing, diverse, and dynamic people out here is that when I first went vegan in Chicago in, I guess, 1996, yes, I'm going to take every year I can get. There were like a few of us meeting in a church basement. That was it, every month we did it, and we met in the church basement and we talked about how horrible it was, you know, with how people were treating animals, but every month that was pretty much it. So this is a small fraction of our community, and so it fills my heart with joy to look out here and see these dynamic, vivacious, healthy, gorgeous people. So thank you for being here today. The first thing, I just wanted to give a little bit of background. I became a vegetarian when I was 15 in high school. I did not know any other vegetarians. I just happened to be going away on a school trip, and somewhere out of the ether, apparently, there was a little box on the form that said to check if I required special meals. It just out of the blue, I just checked it. I don't know why. It was like divine intervention or something. I just checked the box and I wrote vegetarian on the line. I'd never thought of it before. I'd never planned on it. I'd never given much thought to it. And I thought, you know, I'm going to see if I can survive this one weekend without meat. I think I can do it. And in a typically melodramatic teenage way. Anyway, I made it through the weekend, and everyone told me I wouldn't make it, and you know what, they were right, I didn't make it. 12 years later I became a vegan, so they were right though. It took me a while, but I figured it out finally. But what was my main compelling thing was that in high school, around that time, I was also in high school biology class, and we were doing a dissection unit, and looking at that fetal pig in the formaldehyde, I would break out in hives every week, and I couldn't dissect. And so my teacher just happened to be a little bit progressive, and so he let me just do the homework. And so it just so happened that that school trip was happening around then, and I checked. So it didn't come out of the blue. There was a reason, and I was able to connect these things. And so after that moment, I became a vegetarian. Then after college, I went on and worked in humane education at a large animal shelter, and because I was working in education, I was copying materials for people about the dairy industry and the egg industry, and through the process of doing that, I learned about the dairy industry and the egg industry, and I realized that what compelled me to become a vegetarian were the same exact things that would compel me to become a vegan, and there was no denying it anymore, and I became a vegan in 1995. So I was like, you know, 12 then, so just kidding. Anyway, I became a vegetarian, I became vegan, and that was it. And I want to give a little background about becoming vegan in 1995. Seriously, you guys, we would go to coffee shops, and if there was one little coffee shop that had soy milk, we would be on the rooftops celebrating, doing cartwheels with our megaphones. We would be, and I hate coffee. I hate the taste of coffee, but I would buy coffee just to get soy milk, and that was my reality. And that was things then. But there was a small group of us, and there's a dog running loose, but I hope somebody's with him. But, oh, okay, good. Anyway, became you never turn these eyes off, right? But that was then. Today, I go with my son to a coffee shop, and he is bent out of shape if they don't have vegan treats there. He has this different expectation now because I think that we lose perspective because there is so much pain and suffering and tragedy in the world that we lose perspective that the world is really changing, and it's changing quickly, and it's changing for the better, and we are on the right side of history, and people will see that. There is no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind that it follows along the lines of the evolution, you know, it just makes sense. Compassionate wise, environmentally, every way you look at it, it makes sense, and it is just the natural evolution. Like I said, we're on the right side of history, so be proud of yourselves. And while we don't want to be the judgmental, angry vegans, don't be afraid of being vegan either. Don't be shy about being vegan. Put it out there, be proud of yourself. There's tons to be proud of. You should, I mean, if there's anything you should take pride in, that's take pride in not harming animals. And there's one last thing I wanted to say is that with Chicago Vegan Mania, the first year we did it, people, when we were still getting our stuff together, people advised us, don't put the word vegan in the name. Don't put the word vegan in the name because you're going to turn people off. We want to draw as many people as possible. So we thought about it and thought about it, and I couldn't let go of the idea, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to trust the world and put the word out there and trust that they can trust us back. And that first year we had Chicago Vegan Mania, which is really just, it's a celebration of Chicago's community, and the larger vegan community, but specifically Chicago's vegan community. The first year, we had no idea what to expect. We had our hopes high, but we didn't really have any reason to have that. But we drove up to the building, and there was a line snaking around the side of it at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning. So, and I know that there were tons of non-vegans who come and omnivores, and that was what we wanted to put out into the world. And every year we've drawn thousands of people with the word vegan right there in the title. Don't be afraid of it. The only way you can diffuse the boogeyman is to put the word out there in a positive, dynamic, diverse, healthy way. So just don't be afraid of it. Don't be shy about it. Be proud and just keep on keeping on. So thank you.